Hello students, welcome to the video tutorial of Informatics Practices for class 12th. Today we'll be discussing the sixth part of the chapter MySQL Revision Tour. Students, this is the last part of this chapter, and from the next video tutorial we will be starting the new chapter, that is, and that will be the final chapter for MySQL. Okay, so today's video is very important because you have to understand properly that what are the different SQL joins present in MySQL databases, and what is the importance of join, and how we can use this SQL joins to gather the information more precisely and more accurately. Okay, so in the last video tutorial we have discussed about the CRUD operations. CRUD operations basically refers to the create, read, update and delete operations, by virtue of which we can perform all the particular informations and the operations over the MySQL databases and the tables. Okay, so today we'll be discussing how we can use two or multiple tables and join their contents and view the contents at the same time. Okay, so as usual, let's start with our password. I've entered my password, and here we are into the MySQL interface. So first of all, check for the databases, show databases, and then press enter, and here you will see the information regarding various databases present in your MySQL database. Okay, so we have always used this school database, so we'll be using this database. Use school, semicolon, press enter, and now you have changed the database. Okay, the next step is to see what are the tables created. Okay, so let's see this. Show tables, semicolon, and press enter. Here you are having list of tables, so you can see four tables are here: student, student 1, t1 and t2. Okay, so these two tables, t1 and t2, are needed to operate for today's video. Okay, so let's first see what are the contents in this tables. Okay, so let's go for this command. Select asterisk from t1. Okay, and here you see this is the content of the table t1. Okay, so if you want to check the content of the second table, that is the t2, you can write this command. Select asterisk from t2 semicolon, press enter, and here you will be seeing the details of the t2 table. Okay, now these were the ways in which we can select different tables and view the content of different tables. What if we require the tables to be merged together and joined together to represent a particular set of information? For instance, suppose if I want to see the ID and name and the class and stream at the same time, how we can do it? So it is very easy for us to do that thing. You can directly write this. Select asterisk from T1 comma T2. If we write these two together with the help of a comma separated, and if we are going to write the semicolon here and to press enter, see you are seeing some set of values, and now you are able to see the contents of both the tables all together. Okay, here you can see ID name was from the first table, and then ID class stream and name from the second table. Okay, and from here you can select particular entries also if you want the particular columns, and you can write like this. Select asterisk from in place of asterisk you can write this. Select, suppose if we want the ID to be used there, so you can write like this. Select ID from T1, then press semicolon. See, you are able to select the particular entry also. So it is not going to impact the tables, it is just joining these two tables. Okay, it is not like that we have selected these two tables together, now it has been merged and now we cannot separate other tables. That is not a condition, it is actually creating a new table by joining these two tables. Okay, so what the syntax we wrote here, actually that was known as, means the line which we wrote here, this command select asterisk from t1 comma t2, actually we have created a join condition here, and this type of join is known as the cross join. Okay, cross join basically means all the set of elements from both the tables will be treated together, and each and every elements from the tables will have a relation with the other table. Okay, so basically here we are having four entries in the first table. As you can see here, from t1 we were having four entries, and in t2 also we were having four entries. So the cross join, or the particular joining of the SQL table, is being done with the help of these four entries only from this table and this table. So 4 cross 4 is equals to 16. So basically you are going to have 16 relations, and that's why you are having this 16 entries here. Okay, you can see 16 rows in set. Okay, so this symbolizing that total entries are 16. Okay, so this type of joining is known as the Cartesian product. Also you can say it is a Cartesian product, because in maths also you must have studied about the Cartesian product. So Cartesian product is basically the relation between all the set of the elements. Okay, now suppose if we want to have a equijoin. Okay, so what we can do for that, first of all let's discuss what is equijoin. Equijoin is basically an SQL join query that joins two or more tables based on a condition using equality operator. Okay, so right now whatever the condition we have used for joining, we were not using any equality operator. So all the entries were joined together. Now if we are going to use any equality operator, it will just give the condition for that, and it will provide you the result as per the condition. For example, if we write this command, select and then press asterisk from t1 comma t2, where t1 dot id is equals to t2 dot id. Okay, suppose if we write this command, let's see what is going to be the output. See, now you are having this common output: 3 file, 3 class, 12 stream, science and name file. Okay, why we have got only this record? Because you can search in our tables. See, here also in from select asterisk from t1, when we wrote this command, we were having this entry id as 3 and name as 5. Okay, and when we selected the contents from the second table, here also we were having this entry id 3, class 12, stream, science and name file. Okay, so what we wrote in the join condition is that where t1 dot id, that means t1 dot id means all the ids of this table. Okay, and t2 dot id, t2 dot id means all the entries of this table. Okay, so t1 dot id and t2 dot id is going to match only for this 3, because here the ids are 1, 2 and 4, and here ids are 5, 6 and 8, which are not going to match with each other. But only this id, that is 3, is going to match with 3 of this table. Okay, so that's why all the contents of this particular tuple and from this has been joined together, and that's why you are seeing this condition. Okay, if you want to see multiple contents, you need to change the table. Okay, so suppose if we were having more than one entries from the table common, we would have got the entries according to that. Okay, now suppose if we want to manipulate the changes, we can do it. Let's insert a new row inside the table t1 and t2s. Okay, so first insert the values in t1, insert into t1 values. Let's see the structure first from t1, that here we were having only id and name, and id is of integer type. Okay, and name is varchar. So let's enter the values accordingly. Okay, see here only 1, 2, 3, 4 these entries are there, 5, 6 and 8 is there, 7 is not there. Okay, so let's insert a new record 7 and any common name, suppose Anil, let's use. Okay, so here we are going to use insert into t1 values 7 comma Anil, then semicolon and press enter. This record is inserted in t1. Now let's insert something similar in the t2 table also. Insert into t2 values. Okay, let's see the structure, what are the things required for this. So for t2 you need id, class, stream and name. Okay, so let's enter the values according to that. Id suppose 7 again, class is 12th. Okay, stream, let's suppose it's commerce, and then let's suppose the name is Ravi. Okay, but we want to have the same entries, so let's keep the name same, Anil, here also. Okay, so that the joining can be easier for us. Okay, otherwise two names will differ there, so it will have a different outlook towards the SQL table. So we are having the same name, so that the records when joined together will give you a particular field. Okay, let's press semicolon here, let's press enter. Okay, now you have got this row affected as well. Now let's run the same command which we wrote earlier. Select asterisk from t1 comma t2 where t1.id is equals to t2.id. Let's see what are the changes reflected in the database. So select asterisk from t1 comma t2 where t1.id is equals to t2.id, semicolon, press enter. Now see, you are getting two tuples. Okay, so you must have understood what is the reason for these two tuples to come out, because this t1.id and t2.id are matching only on these two IDs, that is 3 and 7. So these are the records which are being displayed. Okay, so that is the equijoin. Okay, why we are considering this as equijoin? Because here in the joining condition we have used this equal to operator, and no other joining name is here used. Okay, so that's why it is an equijoin. Okay, now let's discuss about the inner join. So basically an inner join implements an equijoin only. So what is the difference from the equijoin? That in this join only those rows are returned from both the tables that satisfy the join condition. Okay, and the join conditions can match records based on one or more columns. Okay, so more than one or more columns can be considered in this. So you can say that inner join is basically an equijoin only with slight bit of differences. Okay, so let's implement an inner join and let's see what is the output from that. We'll write like this: select asterisk from T1. Now let's write equijoin. Basically, it's inner join, not equijoin. Inner join T2 on T1.id is equals to T2.id. Let's implement this and let's see the changes. See, again you are going to get the same one. Okay, so basically this inner join and the equijoin are going to perform similar bit of operations. They are not much different from each other. Okay, now let's discuss about the next join condition, that is the natural join. Okay, so in natural join you can say that a natural join is a type of equijoin only where the join condition compares all the same names columns in both the tables. Okay, now that it is saying that it is going to compare all the same name columns. Okay, let's do it and just try to understand this, how it is going to compare the same name columns. Suppose if we write this: select asterisk from T1, then we write natural join T2. Let's press enter. Now see what it is showing. It is going to reflect the same name columns in both the tables. Okay, so basically whatever the entries are there, it has to be shown, and now it will not return all the columns. Okay, it will see whether the column is existing in both the tables or not. So if you can see here, you can tell that from the T1 table also this id and name column was there, and in T2 table also this id and name column was present. Okay, So it has not repeated that entries again like in the previous join conditions here. ID and name was here, and again in this ID and name was here. But in this ID and name has not been duplicated again. Okay, it has been taken as a common from both the tables, and this class and stream are the new fields from the second table. So it is not common from the T1 table. So that's why it has also been added in this join condition. Okay, so that is the difference between the natural join and the inner join. Okay, try to visualize the changes by using these codes. Okay, these codes are going to help you to understand the differences between them, because the theoretical part may confuse you that what are the difference between these join conditions. But if you are going to follow the codes, you will be having the proper uh, explanation of all those things. Okay, so whenever if it is asked in exams also, try to give the explanation by using the examples, because it is going to give a clear explanation from your content. Okay, now let's discuss about the important joins that are often confusing, that is the left join and the right join. So what basically the left join is, the left join is a particular type of join that selects rows from both left and right tables that are matched. But the important thing is that in this left join, all the rows from the left table, if even if it is not having a common entries or matching rows from the next table, it is going to give the entries of the left table also. Okay, that means it will compare both those tables, left means the left table and the right table, and the common entries will be shown. And after the matching entries have been shown already, the content of the left table which were not matching in the right table will also be displayed. Okay, so that's why it is known as the left join. That means in left join all the entries of the left table will be displayed. Okay, even if it is common or not common with the right table. Similarly, when we are going to talk about the right join is a particular type of join that selects rows from both left and right tables that are matched, plus all rows from the right table, even with no matching rows found in the left table. Okay. So again, we have discussed about the theoretical part. Let's see in a practical way that how we can do this. So let's implement the left and the right join. First of all, let's move forward with the left join and see the entries from this. Select asterisk from T1 and then write left join T2 and then write the condition on T1.id is equals to T2.id. Okay, let's press enter and see it has implemented the left join. Okay, now if you see your T1 table, see here in T1 table the entries were like this. There were four columns, sorry, the four rows, and the four rows were like this with the IDs 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the name as Sumit, Ajay, Payal, and Renu. Okay, so it has tried to search the common records with the T1 table, with the T2 table, and also be careful with this thing that after this also we have inserted a new record with the entry 7 in this table. Okay, so that record has to be taken in the consideration as well. Okay, so basically 5 records will be here, and the new entry will be the 7 with the name Anil, which we have inserted later on, which is common with the second table. Okay, so first of all it has returned the common entries. See, the common entries were this one, Pile. Okay, the pile was have the entries of the pile were in both the tables from T1 and T2 both. So here it has returned the common entries, this pile and this Anil was also common, which we inserted later on. So this pile and this Anil table are common in both the tables, so both of them have been returned. And now rest of the contents of the left table, that is the T1 table, has been returned, that is Sumit, Ajay, Renu. Okay, so total 5 entries were there in the T1 table, so all those 5 entries are present. And see that there are no matching records for Sumit, Ajay, and Renu in the second table, so it has been shown with the null entries. Okay, That is why we are saying this table as a left join, because it is going to show you all the contents of the left table irrespective of the matching fields in the right table. Okay. Similarly, if you are going to implement the right join here, you can see this select asterisk from T1, then write the right join, and then write T2, and then the join condition. Be careful with this. Whenever you are giving a join condition, particular left join or right join, you have to give a join condition. Without a join condition, this left join and right join are not going to work. It will produce an error. Okay, so be careful with these things. Always try to give a join condition for the left join and the right join. So let's write a condition t1.id is equals to t2.id. Okay, semicolon, press enter. Now see, it has returned all the entries of the right table, that is the T2 table. So in T2 table we were having these columns ID, class, stream and name, and all the entries were means total of 5 entries were there. So those 5 entries are here with the IDs 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, and now the matching fields were these from the left table, that is the Payal and the Anil. So these entries have been returned, and rest of the entries were not having a matching field in the left table. So these entries have been inserted with the null records. Okay, so that is the left join and the right join. Okay, so whenever it is asked that what is left join and the right join, you have to tell that when we are going to implement the left join, all the entries of the left table will be shown irrespective of the matching fields from the right table. Okay, so it is going to show you the matching fields, and if even if the left table is not having the matching fields in the right table, all the entries of the left table will still be returned. Okay, and similarly when you are going to go for the right join, in the right join what will happen, all the conditions from the right table are going to be shown even if it is having a matching entries in the left table or not. Okay, so I think that's clear for you, and that's enough for today. And from the next video tutorial, we'll be starting the next chapter, that is more on SQL. Okay, and in that we'll be discussing about the group by and the order by clause. That is how to sort the contents of the databases, and how to implement the rearrangement of the tables. Okay, so till then, take care and thank you, students.